everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Erica, and on this channel we talk all things skincare. So today I'm going to be showing you all two devices, or sort of two techniques, to actually create foam cleansers out of regular cleansers. So normally you have a cleanser with a gel or non-foaming texture, so it's something like this where you see it and it comes out like that. Whereas, like I mentioned before, with the Cetaphil cleanser, it actually has a foaming pump, so when you go to squeeze out the liquid, it actually transforms it into a foam texture. So I can show you that right now. So like I showed you guys before, there is the Cetaphil foam cleanser. So unlike this more milky texture or jelly texture, when you actually have a foam cleanser, when you spill it out, it is pre-foamed. So basically the nice thing about foam cleansers is that you don't have to actually rub your skin and tug it in different directions in order to get it to lather. So that way, once it's already in a foamy consistency, it's a lot easier and smoother than taking this and trying to foam it up on your hand. So these devices are actually super useful because you're able to create a foam cleanser easily without much hassle. So I'm gonna get into it and show you how it's done. I'm going to be using my Senka Perfect Whip cleanser, and basically this is a milky jelly texture, and it does foam up once you go at it on your skin with some water. So the two tools that I'm going to be using in order to foam up this cleanser are, one, it's called the Micro Bubble Foamer, and this is something I bought online. I can link it below. And basically what it has on the inside is a hole texture, so there's holes all in it, and then this is the cover to keep it from spilling up. And the idea is to put in some water, and I have some water here that I got, and we are going to pour a little bit. So normally what I do is there's a little line, I don't know if it's visible on camera, but there's a little line right there, and normally I'm tilting it, but normally I want to keep it at that area, and I put a little bit of the cleanser inside, so normally like a pea size, so we're just gonna drop that in. Just create a little dollop. It's probably gonna have to be put in like that. And then you're going to take this and you're going to secure the top, and the bottom drops in. So as you can see, you want to sort of hold this piece so that it doesn't pull up when you pull it out. But basically what you're going to do is you are going to mix it. And as you see the mixing occur, so some of the water goes through the holes and it creates foam. And this foam is what you can use on your face to cleanse it. So we're going to keep going at it. And again, you can see it coming out of the top, but for the most part, it is secured inside the actual container. So you are going to keep going, and the foam's gonna start coming out of the hole at the top, so the foam will come out. And you just keep going until you're satisfied. So again, just to dramatize the foam, I did use a lot more cleanser than you need. And that's also a great perk of this device, is that you don't actually need a lot of cleanser, because already, look at that. Just like you have one sort of pump, I'll do the pump on this hand. See how you have one pump? And that was only the top of the container. I haven't even gotten into what I've actually created inside. So you can see it is a ton of foam. So one pump of Cetaphil, just the top, and all the foam that you actually get from it inside. So you'd be able to go and use this and put it all over your face, and it is such a wonderful device because it becomes such a smooth, foamy texture that it's so easy, and it just smooths, like as you can see, it's smoothing over my hand very gently, and it's not abrasive, it's not rough at all, because you've already done all the foaming action inside this device. So this is my personal favorite. I've used this device forever, so as you can see, there is tons of foam, and that's the nice thing. It totally reduces the amount of cleanser that you end up using over time. So you can use a tiny, tiny, tiny amount of cleanser and a large amount of water, or even a moderate amount of water, so maybe half of what I showed you on the line. And with that simple little ratio, you are able to create so much foam, and you are able to save so much money because you won't be going out and constantly buying a new cleanser. So I'm gonna clean up quickly and I'll show you our next tool. So I am back from cleaning this pot foam maker. So it is so easy to clean. It is so simple. These pieces actually do twist apart. So this part actually does come off. You can slip off the pieces individually and completely clean and sanitize them. It is so nice because I know a lot of people love foam cleansers and people go out of their way to look for companies that make foam cleansers. So for example, Gentle Foaming Cleanser. But this way, with these tools, you are able to create a foam cleanser out of any cleanser. So if you like that texture, look no further. These are pretty reasonably priced. They're pretty cheap. I don't think I paid more than $10, maybe even $5 for it. So they're very cheap for the amount of cleansers that you can actually use it for, and they are super effective. They give you exactly what you want to be done. They're very easy. There's no learning curve to them, so that's awesome. Something that I recently picked up, so like I mentioned in my last video, I went to a Japanese dollar store, and at the dollar store I saw this, and this is basically a foaming net. So I've never used a foaming net before, but it's the same idea. So it is a material that induces foam, and you're able to use it. So on the back there are some instructions. Unfortunately, I cannot read what they say, but we are going to look at the pictures. So basically the first picture is a picture of someone washing the net. So this is actually the net. You can see it's fibrous material. It has this silicone plastic part, and then it has just a regular cord on the top. So the first one says rinse it. So again, like I said, I have my little pot here, my little container of water, and we are going to thoroughly wash it. Then what does the next step say? Then the next one says add in your cleanser. So I'm gonna put a little, same amount, a little dollop. And the next step, I believe, is, yes, so it says to induce foam. So basically, I think the idea of this one is that the foam actually stays within the net. And I don't think I put enough water on it, so I'm gonna put a little bit more water. So basically, you go up and down, up and down. This feels like a denser foam, definitely. The foam is a lot denser. So we're gonna do it for a little bit. I'm not sure if there's a time on there, I never checked. And then the final step on this says to take your 2 fingers and collect the foam. So this one looks more like a shaving cream consistency. So it is a very thick foam. It feels very nice. As you can see, it smooths out very nicely on the skin. It feels very soft. Actually, I would say that I prefer this foam a lot better. It is very thick and it's a beautifully soft foam. I don't know how to explain it, but definitely comparable to shaving cream, whereas the other one, the pot, actually does give you a typical foam cleanser, and it feels more foamy rather than dense. This is definitely a denser foam. Like, I don't know if you can see, there you go. So you can see, let me actually compare. Let me just wash this hand with my little cup. Let me dry it. And now here, if I take some of this in my other hand, so you can see how this is more of a water base, so I feel like the foam is very loose. This one's definitely thicker, so if you see that, see how it stays in my hand, and this one doesn't, so see how this one's a lot thicker, and it's very heavy. This one's thin, it stays on both sides, so if that, you can see the direct comparison. It's very cool, it feels very nice in my hands. That's very nice. So personally, I think I prefer this one more, and I think this one was even cheaper. I don't know if the price is still on here though. I want to say it was $2, because most things at the Japanese dollar store were $2 if they weren't like a face wash or a mask. Those ones were more like $4, but yeah, so for $2, it's cheaper, it's simple, it's really effective. Like the foam that I got from this, that's a good amount. I feel like definitely a little goes a long way more with this tool, but this tool definitely creates quality foam that would be great on the skin, great for beginners who want to try different textures without buying 3 or 4 different cleansers. So I would definitely recommend trying this out. It's a great product, great tool, and this one again, super easy, super simple. They are both amazing tools. So if you learned anything new, I'd love it if you hit the like button. If you have any comments or questions, leave them down below. I do answer everything on my page. And if you are new to this skincare family, please hit that subscribe button. I make videos pretty frequently, so I'll see you in the next one.